Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, making dua, working hard, staying patient, but money still feels just out of reach? What if I told you, you might be closer to your rizq than you think? In fact, Allah may already be sending you signs, clear, powerful signs that your financial breakthrough is near. But most people miss them. In this video, we're going to uncover those final signs from Allah that are not a coincidence. These signs often appear quietly, in your heart, in your thoughts, in your daily experiences, and they carry a deep message. Your rizq is on the way. Remember, Allah is Al-Razzaq, the one who provides in ways you could never imagine. If you've been feeling shifts lately, emotionally, spiritually, or mentally, don't ignore them. They might be the very signs you've been waiting for. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll see your struggle in a whole new light. 1. Allah is Al-Razzaq, the provider. Among the beautiful names of Allah is Al-Razzaq, the one who creates, distributes, and sustains every living being with perfect wisdom. His provision isn't limited to material wealth. It includes knowledge, relationships, peace, and spiritual fulfillment. Every drop of rain, every grain of rice, every breath we take is part of the rizq He has already written for us. The birds that leave their nests each morning return full because they trust in His system. Shouldn't we, as His honored creation, have even more trust? Allah's rizq is not earned solely through effort. It is a mercy. He can provide in moments what years of struggle cannot achieve. Even when a person feels they have nothing, they are still being sustained by His unseen blessings. Sometimes He restricts rizq to protect us from arrogance or distraction. Other times, He expands it to test our gratitude. His wisdom in distribution is always perfect, even when we don't understand it. To truly recognize Allah as Al-Razzaq is to let go of fear and desperation. Rizq doesn't come from people or positions. It comes from the One above the heavens. When you believe this deeply, you unlock a peace and certainty that no worldly amount can offer. 2. Divine signs of incoming rizq. When Allah intends to bless you with increased rizq, He often sends signs that gently awaken your awareness. These signs are not loud or dramatic, but subtle and deeply personal. You may begin to notice certain changes around you, like things falling into place effortlessly or delays suddenly being lifted. These are not coincidences. They are part of Allah's divine arrangement, preparing your heart and environment for what's coming. Another clear sign is when acts of goodness start coming your way without you seeking them. For example, someone may approach you for help, or you're given a chance to give charity right when you were thinking about asking for help yourself. This reversal of roles is a reminder that Allah is shifting your position from needing to giving. Sometimes the reminders are emotional. You may feel a deep sense of gratitude for small things, or tears come easily when making dua. This softening of the heart is a spiritual signal that something good is near. Also, you might feel unusually calm in the middle of situations that once caused you stress. That calmness is not normal. It is from Allah, preparing you to receive rizq with sabr, faith, and a thankful heart. 3. Spiritual shifts as signs of rizq. When Allah prepares to increase someone's rizq, the transformation often begins from within. A spiritual shift is one of the clearest signs that your heart is being aligned with divine blessings. You may start feeling a stronger connection to the Qur'an. Verses you once read casually now feel deeply personal. You begin to feel remorse over small sins that you used to overlook. This sensitivity isn't weakness, it's purification. Allah is refining your soul to receive His blessings in the best state. You might also notice a stronger sense of discipline and focus. You're suddenly more consistent with your prayers, more mindful in your speech, and more intentional with your time. These aren't random improvements. They're signs that Allah is making you worthy of what's coming. Spiritual shifts may also involve detachment from distractions. Activities or people that once consumed your time may no longer appeal to you. Your heart begins to crave what's pure, simple, and pleasing to Allah. This shift clears the path for barakah to enter your life. Allah doesn't just give rizq, He gives it when the heart is ready to carry it responsibly. So when your soul starts changing in quiet but meaningful ways, know that divine provision is drawing near. 4. Opportunities appearing unexpectedly. One of the most amazing signs that Allah's rizq is approaching is the sudden appearance of unexpected opportunities. These moments often come when you feel stuck or uncertain, and out of nowhere, a path opens. It could be a phone call offering work, a chance meeting with someone who provides guidance, or a situation that turns in your favor without you planning it. These aren't coincidences. They're carefully placed by Allah in your journey. Sometimes the opportunity is hidden in something small, a suggestion from a friend, an idea you hadn't considered before, or even a rejection that redirects you to something better. Allah often gives through means, and when rizq is written for you, those means are brought right to your doorstep in ways you never expected. What makes these moments special is the timing. They often arrive just as you've reached a point of surrender, where you've given up relying on your own strength and started trusting Allah fully. That's when He sends what you need. These opportunities are not always grand or obvious, but if you act on them with faith and wisdom, they lead to much bigger doors. Recognizing and responding to them with gratitude can turn them into lifelong blessings. 5. Change in mindset or clarity. A powerful yet often overlooked sign that rizq is near is a sudden shift in your mindset. You may begin to think differently about money, success, and purpose. What once felt confusing now feels clear. Ideas that were scattered start forming into a focused vision. This mental clarity is not just personal growth, it's a sign from Allah that your inner state is aligning with the rizq coming your way. Often, you'll feel motivated to improve your skills, start something new, or break out of unproductive routines. You become more disciplined with your time and start valuing effort over excuses. This isn't just ambition, it's divine guidance, pushing you toward the doors Allah is about to open. You may also find yourself letting go of past fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs. Suddenly, you believe more in your ability to succeed, but with humility and tawakkul. This renewed mindset creates space for rizq to settle because you're no longer mentally blocking it. You now think in terms of growth, contribution, and barakah, not just survival. Allah prepares the mind before He expands the provision. So when your thoughts become clearer and your intentions more sincere, understand that your rizq is not only near, it's already on its way to you. 6. Test before the blessing. Before Allah sends a great blessing, He often tests His servant, not to punish, but to purify. This test may come in the form of financial hardship, emotional distress, rejection, or repeated failure. It can feel confusing and disheartening, especially when you've been making sincere efforts. But what you may not realize is that this hardship is a sign, not a setback. It's Allah's way of strengthening your heart, humbling your ego, and preparing your soul for the responsibility that comes with rizq. The tests reveal your true intentions. Will you remain grateful when things don't go your way? Will you continue making dua when it feels like nothing is changing? Allah wants to elevate you through the test, so when the risk arrives, you receive it with wisdom and humility, not arrogance or heedlessness. During this time, you might also notice that you're being detached from certain people, habits, or comforts. That's part of the purification. Allah removes what you don't need to make space for what you've been asking for. So if you're facing challenges right now, take heart. It may be the final stage before your doors open. Every test you pass with patience brings you one step closer to your destined risk. 7. Qur'anic reminder: indeed, with hardship comes ease. This powerful verse from Surah Ash-Shah 94:6 is not just a statement. It's a divine promise. Allah doesn't say ease after hardship, but with hardship. This means that while you're struggling, while you're in the middle of difficulty, ease is already being written alongside it. Most people overlook this reality because their focus remains on the pain, not the purpose. But the Quran reminds us that Allah is always working behind the scenes, even when we can't see it. This verse gives hope to the broken, patience to the tested, and strength to the tired. When you begin to reflect on your challenges through this lens, you realize that every trial carries hidden opportunities. Sometimes, the hardship itself pushes you to develop new skills, change directions, or deepen your trust in Allah, all of which prepare you for the risk that's coming. Allah's ease can manifest in many ways: a new relationship, a sudden solution, inner peace, or a door you never saw before. But it often comes after you've held firm, even when things didn't make sense. So when life feels heavy, remember, ease is not far. It's walking beside your hardship, waiting for Allah's perfect timing to reveal itself. If you've recognized even one of these signs in your life, know that Allah is near, and your risk may be closer than you ever imagined. Keep trusting His timing, stay consistent in your worship, and never stop making sincere dua. At Purpose Deen, we're here to remind you that your journey has a purpose, and Allah sees every step you take. If this video touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Islamic reminders. Comment below: Ya Allah, grant me rizq with barakah and a heart full of gratitude. Ameen.